sooner see him on the Lucian, to be honest. I think it's a safer pick.
Look, Twitch is a weak laner. I mean, you almost like require a lane swap sometimes, especially up against Uberbro, especially up against Corki as well.
Corki Blitzcrank.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable lane for a Twitch to be in. So fair enough, Radio opting for that strong laner in Lucian, and Janna is going to be there as well. It's going to be Spooks on Elise though this time.
Yeah, that Twisted Fate pick, not a surprise. He did have the Summoner spells there. Obviously, we can't see that on stream, but for us, we can see Flash and Ghost, which was kind of a dead giveaway that it was going to be Twisted Fate.
Yes, yeah, I think so. So we knew that was coming. You guys didn't, but that's all right. Nonetheless, Claire on that Twisted Fate. The pick potential is incredibly strong on the side of Immunity. You have Blitzcrank hooks. You have gold cards coming in from teleports. You have Lee Sin. You have Twisted Advance. So many things at your disposal here to get in and get the fight started. And to be fair, the Chiefs as well, but I think they're definitely team fight oriented here. The Rise is going to be really, really important. Again, is Spooks going to be looking to focus on getting Swiper ahead?
Yeah.
He's going to be trying to dive Haruka. It's a little bit hard to dive a Maokai. You have a lot at your disposal. You can sort of get away from people using the Twisted Advantage. You can knock them up. You have damage mitigation in the form of your Vengeful Maelstrom as well. Yep. Not as easy as before for Chiefs to try and dive on that one. So where do you go here? I mean, if you're Chiefs and you sort of want to make a run at the enemy team here and you don't have as much pick potential as they do, what's the plan?
Well, Chiefs here, I really, if they do get Swiper ahead, it's pretty much going to be a foregone conclusion again, like that first game. So that's really, I guess, as you say, what they need to focus. Spooks, I mean, probably would have preferred to see him on a little bit more of an aggressive kind of divey jungle. I mean, Elise is okay in the jungle diving. Actually, okay, I'm going to retract that statement. I think Elise is a decent pickup here. The only issue there for the top lane, if they want to dive Haruka, is he can just build straight up magic resist and completely counter both types of damage that the type of damage that both of these guys are going to be giving to him. So, an AD jungler might have been a better choice if they do decide to kind of go for a dive on Haruka there. But obviously that might not be the plan. He might be going bot lane, mid lane, something like that. We don't know yet. All
right, well, we will know soon. That is one thing that is for sure. I'm looking forward to see the combination here. I mean, Blitzcrank, fantastic champion, really, really good at continuing to snowball leads, right? Of course, like you make it very, very hard for your opponents to turtle up. They can't just run away from, they can't just hide. You can sort of pull them out of, formation and sort of just wreck them. So that's good. If you're behind, though, you almost give your opponent a way to engage if you hook the wrong person in, that kind of thing. So T-Gun tends to extend very deeply on Blitzcrank. Yep. Always looking for opportunities. And as we saw, the way that he lost the inhibitor there as Karma, as he pushed into sort of the near the wolves and got picked up, T-Gun has a tendency to do that. If he gets picked up like that, it's going to be in free objectives for Chiefs. He can't afford to be too aggressive. But by the same token, to a degree, he has to be. He has to be proactive. He has to take initiative and try and pull people out of formation. Yeah, well, if he can hit a hook on Swiffer or Radiant, that's going to be a massive chunk of Chiefs' damage. Absolutely bursted away. I mean, if he hits Swiper, rather, probably not going to be able to completely burst Swiper down before he gets off his damage. But a nice team comp, I think, coming out from Immunity here. I've never been a huge fan of Blitzcrank, even on T-Gun, but obviously Immunity are fairly confident with it to pick it up in a situation like this. And Claire, I'm pretty happy to see on that Twisted Fate. I think he'll be able to have quite a bit of sort of pressure around the map. It hasn't been completely explosive in this series so far. All right, well, thank you guys to join us here on the Twitch chat as well. Now, of course, you guys here live at the venue. Do tweet at us as well. I'm at UberShouts. This guy's at Elfish Guy.
Yep.
And do get involved in that. Thank you all for joining us. Also, big shout out to my girlfriend at home who's always watching. She probably has no idea what's going on, but hello, Soph.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Hi, Soph.
Thanks. Nonetheless, I'm looking for how Rosie plays on this Janna as well. It's not always been, he doesn't want Morgana. I don't know why. Why is Morgana not really the pick here? Because, I mean, Black Shield is kind of good if you're worried about someone getting hooked.
It's interesting. I mean, I guess it doesn't do too much against Zahei's ganks before level 6. Obviously, you can stop the Dragon's Rage kick, but I don't know. Maybe Rosie is just more happy to play the Janna. I guess it's just kind of a personal preference at this stage. They both fulfill kind of the same role, the kind of Peely support, just do it in a different way.
Okay. Well, we'll find out in just a moment. Of course, an important game it is.
Yeah,
whichever team drops out in this one actually doesn't have a chance at winning. They drop into our third place game. This is single elimination, high stakes League of Legends.
Their maximum prize that they could win drops from 2,700 for first place down to 800 for third place. So that's kind of a big drop and a lot of money that could have been spent on the flights to get here.
Absolutely. Now, actually, we did have a bit of a voting thing going on for this as well in the lead up. Interesting results here, actually. Chiefs with 47 votes, so they were definitely sort of top there. Avant-Garde very, very close, actually, as well. It was almost like a 33-33 split between those two teams. Immunity, 33 votes. And sort of Envy, as you'd expect, probably didn't get as many votes here, but definitely people expecting Chiefs and Avant-Garde to be our finalists, and it's a possibility here. Really, if we've seen the way these games are going, but I mean, wouldn't Immunity be stoked to knock Chiefs off here?
I think it would be a really big deal for them because, I was watching some of the interviews from Immunity on the Riot stream, and JKS, I believe, was the one who said that it would be a really massive deal for them to knock out Chiefs because, they've taken up the Immunity name, and it would just be such a big deal for them to take that kind of mantle of the top team away from Chiefs as well. And obviously, if they beat Chiefs here, no one's going to say, oh, Immunity's the best team now. But it does go a long way into improving the perception of your team. And
a sense of vindication as well, because Immunity, falling short, of their sort of tilt, a couple of times, because in the season they sort of just got over the line as well. They have had sort of mixed results ever since becoming sort of Immunity here. Never quite at the top, but always with the absolute potential to do so. So we have to see how if they can bring it back here. So level 1's here. Interestingly enough, it's a super defensive setup here for Chiefs. They're actually sitting back.
I think they're kind of expecting the invade from Blitz, and they're trying to catch someone out here as they invade the red. Obviously, no invade at the moment from Immunity, which is interesting because T-Gun, typically one of those players who tries to get in those invades and stuff like that. But nonetheless, nothing happening so far.
Okay, well, actually, Immunity don't actually want to try and make any fights right now. They're just sort of sitting along the river, waiting maybe for an opportunity to present itself. They do have a deep ward there, care of T-Gun. He's popped it in the little J bush there near red buff, so they will know if someone pokes up there, but Chiefs are just not going to do that. They're not going to take any risks here at level 1. No way they're going to provide any openings. Immunity will extend too far for this. Sometimes it's like you take Blitz, you expect to get that pick level 1, and if you don't, you kind of go a little bit further than you should for it. And we're just sitting here watching this bush because you can see Immunity on the minimap as they sort of congregate here. Look at this position here from T-Gun. He really wants to make a pick. Chiefs are playing this so well.
He's going to pull the red.
Absolutely how you should do it. Yeah, but if they pull the red, what's the response going to be from Chiefs here?
Super kind of scaring them off.
Well, nonetheless, red buff still being started off by Zahe there on the red side of the map, so he'll still get that one away. So no harm, no foul there, but no opportunities created there by the Blitzcrank pick as of yet. Claire v Swiffer in the mid lane.
Yeah, and Claire going immediately for the defensive start, picking up the cloth armor and pots. So pretty much as defensive as you can get on a mid lane. I guess maybe if you pick up flask and pots as well, that's pretty much the other option. But trying to get rid of most of that attack damage that's coming out from Swiffer.
All right, well, let's see. Phosphorus Bomb there. Actually getting onto Radier again. So we've seen this before. Game 1, we had the Corki versus Lucian matchup on in this configuration. And again, Radier, winning those early trades. T-Gun got to find a way to pull Radier in without kind of inviting extra damage to come towards Uberbro here. Swiffer wants a bit of Claire. Claire finally finds the card to lock, and Swiffer knows it's time to just back away a little bit there. Good shock blast, and Swiffer lining him up nicely. Yeah. Claire, a little bit careful about the way he goes about trying to farm here. You're going to use a wild card and might even miss a CS there at the same time. So you cannot beat the confidence of Swiffer sometimes, really. It is just so hard to ever feel like you're at an advantage against him. But now, speaking of advantage, Zahe in the bottom lane, it's going to be a knock up down towards Rosie. Was that the intended target? I'm not sure. They have caught him anyway, but Zahe not able to catch on at all. Flash was burnt from Rosie there, but Radier traded back quite heavily towards Uberbro now. Swiper in the top lane. Well, we've seen this before as well, haven't we? Cocoon on towards Haruka, but nothing to come of that one as well. I wonder how much Spooks will actually spend up in the top lane trying to gank.
I dare say he'll be back. We saw that happen in the first game. He burned the flash and then was back immediately and it got the kill. So it looks like he's hanging around here at the golems and could be waiting for Swiper to push that lane up and then tower dive. Claire gone aggressive here. Zahe here as well.
Well, this is a yellow card. Will that one time out? A flash from Swiffer worth? I mean, if he didn't flash, he was going to get jumped on there. The yellow card was locked and loaded for Claire. So flash is being burnt all over the map, actually. 2 already from Chiefs in the last minute or so. And now Uberbro and T-Gun feeling like they have the advantage. They're coming forward a bit. And you can see now that Haruka's just getting shoved off his tower. Zahe going towards Swiffer. Good response there. He wins the trade by using that shock blast there. Spooks and Swiper just wanting to dump on the lane of Haruka here. And you can see the constantly coming forward. Haruka a little bit far from safety here. Doesn't have a flash. You had to dodge that one. This could be curtains for him now. Yes, first blood going over towards Spooks. And Haruka in no man's land. Literally no man's land. And at that cocoon, that was really one that he had to dodge.
Yeah, so the kind of same story as the first game so far. Spooks spending a lot of time up in that top lane, trying to get Swiper on Rise, fed up. And going to be able to try and carry the game through that means. Again, we did say, I guess, if Swiper gets ahead, it's going to be pretty much curtains for Immunity.
Well, Swiper ahead, Haruka behind, either one kind of works in favour of Chiefs here.
Yeah.
And they should be expecting a lot of investment by Spooks here. Zahe, maybe not too concerned about the top lane because it's Maokai and he kind of just sits there. But you can see the Chiefs are still willing to dive onto a Maokai or just shove him off his tower. Like, it's a lot of time being spent by Spooks, and he's going to be hoping that it pays dividends as we go through the game. It is a tier of the Goddess already on Swiper, so he does have that one build. Recalls here in the bot lane for the Chiefs.
T-Gun's doing something silly.
Nah, not too silly, but I think he knew that it would be dodged. I think it'd be a bit awkward for him. I didn't think he'd expect to hit it.
What would he have done if that had have hit? Because you're a support versus an AD carry in that situation. Not a good idea.
Yeah, I guess it's just a bit of mind games there. He really expected the dash away. Lots of BM like that coming out between these guys as well. We actually saw T-Gun precariously hang a little bit too close last game, I think, just to try and do the same thing on Karma. And almost spelled his downfall, but it's what you got to do. You got to try and delay your opponent. Every advantage you can give to your AD carry, so important now.
Look at this deep pink ward there in the jungle from Immunity in the red buff of Chiefs. Giving them a lot of kind of important vision. They can see whenever Lee Sin's running down there or anything like that. Elise, rather. Not Lee Sin. Lee Sin's the one that put the ward down.
Again, who's realistically going to check that bush?
No, really, exactly.
Bush is probably not going to always have his camera centered on him as a jungler walking through his own jungle. You have a feeling of safety about it at this stage of the game. So very cleverly placed there. And a pink over towards the dragon as well. Going to give T-Gun and the rest of Immunity a bit of extra vision. Ready. We're seeing things come. This is another one of those critical mass kinds of games. Zahe in the bot lane. If there's no flash left on Rosie. It's going to be a hook. Surely a flash forward there as well. T-Gun holding on to that hook. And he misses point blank.
That was not good at all. And Radier using that advantage as well as he can. Haruka in trouble again. Yeah. No flash available for him.
He does have a tower, but he doesn't have a flash here. He's just trying to get the knock up and walk on away. I don't think there's any CC left for Swiper and Spooks at this stage. What? Now, there it is. Should almost be enough. That might be no dive at all there from Spooks. Could have been a Q, but he didn't quite have the range. And Haruka wiping the sweat from his brow lids to fight another day. And he really needs a bit more farm in his pocket. I think it really is all about Swiper in that lane. Yet again, they cannot afford to let him get ahead on Rise. It's just not worth it. Immunity, maybe Zahe needs to spend some more time top. I don't know. The bottom lane seems pretty comfortable. T-Gun and Uberbro doing fairly well. And in the mid lane as well, Claire holding on.
All right, so pretty much the only exciting thing happening so far was Haruka in that top lane going down. 7 minutes into the game, the gold lead, only 1k for Chiefs at the moment, but that's definitely something that they're happy about. Better than being behind, of course. And T-Gun not having too much of an impact so far on this blitz. He's picked up 2 blue pots, I believe. Mana pots there. Probably trying to get lots of hooks out, but I mean, he's on full mana anyway, so there's not really any point.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no point having pots if you're not actually using the mana in the first place.
Yeah, and he's not getting the hooks that he needs.
No, he's not really getting any, to be fair. He got one, burn a flash, and it's the same thing that happened to Invincible, and Blitzcrank is only worth the investment if you actually... there's pressure on you to make it pay off. There's actually pressure on you to make sure you hit those hooks. Otherwise, you feel worse and worse about the champion as the game goes on. It's like, crap, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't justified this pick at all. Could I pick something different? You know, and I'm surely T-Gun is thinking about that at the moment.
Oh, well, I'm sure we will see some kind of clutch hooks coming out into the later game. Looks like we have a pause. Not sure what the issue is at the moment, but it surely will be resolved pretty quickly.
Oh, we hope so.
I would hope so too.
We'll have to see what the verdict is here with both teams. It might even be a hardware issue, so no big deal and a bit of time to relax. Straight back into the game
time to relax at all.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, that's our job as casters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just keep going and going. So, yep, I mean, still that first blood, only mark on the board ready for Chiefs at this stage, or either team. Radio and Rosie. She actually finally ate a phosphorus bomb. We finally saw it happen. And the dream is real. And T-Gun actually, struggling to try and get around the minions and to hit a hook on towards Radio.
There's so many there.
Yeah, and Radio's just jockeying his minions quite nicely. Like, there's not much you can do about trying to hit. You need a clear target, and that's why often these hooks are being hit when they're already chasing the Chiefs down, when a jungler's there, because there's no creep wave to worry about.
Yeah. Slow game so far. We haven't really seen too much action from these junglers either. Zahe's tried the bot lane twice. Nothing has happened there so far. And, level 6 about to come up. Actually, as we speak, Zahe hits level 6, so that's kind of another big power spike for his jungle potential.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if he can make it happen, though. I mean, we know the kick is good, but we haven't actually seen an ult from Claire yet at all. No opportunity really being opened up for him thus far. Pink ward actually almost being stood on by Spooks here. I don't know if he's aware of that. He must have passed by it, and that is still standing. So that very deep one placed earlier by Immunity is starting to pay off. The longer it's on the map, the more it's worth the gold spent on it. Whoa! Zahe has a lot of damage. The kick back towards Swift, and now the gold card as well. He's going to go very, very low. Can he afford to duke it out? But in the bot lane as well, Uber Rose going to get jumped on as well. Swift trying to get away.
Oh,
the hook again! Oh, T-Gun's all about the hooks today. Just not the right ones. And Claire is going to take a couple tower hits, but still managed to get the kill towards Swift. One apiece now. It's a very low immunity trying to push down this mid, and we're going to see Spook surely come up and try and defend that tower.
Yeah, Uber Bro can't really do much in that bot lane on his own. He's got no HP, has the heal up, but looks like actually Chiefs not really interested. They're going to be heading towards Dragon here. Possibly a Dragon attempt. And actually that's a good move because Zahe, they do know, has gone back. And this should be a free Dragon for Chiefs. Typically, you know, in the past we've seen Immunity having Dragon control, but in this case, Chiefs.
Rosie gets hooked on there. Great Monsoon actually split up Immunity just by getting hooked into him. Now T-Gun trying to get away back towards his team. Haruka, he doesn't want to go in at all, and he's having to try and back away. Claire low as well. Wildcard surely to follow out a little bit of damage, trying to keep them at arm's length. Wow. Great response from Rosie there, but Haruka now wants to go towards Spooks. He has a lot of damage toward him, getting shielded up by Jenna. Will it be enough? Claire going to go low in the background as well. Uberbro hits the deck. That's a lot of damage coming out. Double kill coming out for Zahe as well. Can he make it the triple? Yes, he can.
Whoa.
You know it. Doesn't want to dirty his boots there, and I think he's going to get away almost scot-free. Swiffle wants a piece of him in mid lane, but there's really nothing he can do about that. Chiefs hung around for far too long.
Yeah, and a lot of gold going over to everyone on Immunity there. A lot of items going to be picked up. And Uber Bro there, picking up the Phage and the Sheen. Pretty big power spike, but of course we are looking for that Trinity Force coming out from him. And Zahe as well, just got those 3 kills. What is he going to probably pick up? The Spirit of the Elder Lizard, you would expect. Maybe some boots.
Okay, Dragon to Chiefs. Despite Immunity getting there as well, managing to pick up a few kills. So really mitigates the impact of that Dragon. Doing what he always does, actually. Just
this is not good. 6 versus 9. And you're a support versus a mid laner.
I don't really feel like he intends to fight him head-to-head anyway. Maybe just to play with his head a little bit. I think if at any stage Swiffer wanted to be aggressive enough to jump on him, we would have been able to pick him up.
The BM is real.
T-Gun seems to rely on his opponents making expected responses. I mean, that's the same thing when he tried to hook Radiant down the bottom. You know, yeah, but he's almost like daring someone to go on here, but knowing they won't, and getting away with that kind of stuff. Audacious play because he was bluffing. He's just bluffing.
And I think that's a lot of what you have to do on Blitzcrank. Oh, Bro just missing a cocoon. Yeah. Anyway, a lot to do with how you play Blitzcrank is the mind games. And here comes Claire in the bot lane.
That's it. Finally, we see the Destiny minions. Whoa! He gets turned on to very, very quickly. T-Gun trying to block the culling. He does manage to get away with it. Spooks jumping out of that one, but the hook on towards Rosie yet again. Rosie's going to get popped pretty quickly. It should be one more auto. That's all they need to do. But Radiant, will he be able to get away? Zahe is back, ladies and gentlemen. Never too far from the action. That's 2 kills going in favor of Immunity. Claire just managing to hang on. And that was a scary moment for him, though, as he got turned on to Spooks repelling out of the action. Could be, and probably will be, a bottom out of turret for Immunity.
This is really good news for Immunity. Like, they are actually finally getting ahead in a game. Like, convincingly. Oh, actually, even as I say that, they're actually behind in gold. But, it feels like they've got the momentum and that sort of thing. And I think that matters more so at this point of the game than the 1K gold difference.
I'm telling you, man, Zahe is a beast. When he gets in there on his comfort champions, and at least him definitely being one of them, aggressive, proactive. He's using his initiative and he's creating plays around the map. And that turned around so quickly. I mean, Claire, Twisted Face do this. They extend by a long way. You can see Claire's actually trying to, rush for his Zhonya's, or at least fairly soon get that one, because that will happen. He will get turned on to with a lot of damage. And if he can deal with that, make everyone blow their stuff on him, he can come back and then use a follow-up from someone like Zahe, from someone like Uberbro to get it done. Haruka getting slapped around all game, but still hanging on here. He has managed to keep his tower alive, which is very, very good. And it's giving
how
Immunity...
long will that last, though, with Spooks up there now?
It's okay, though, because he's given Immunity the freedom to make plays like that in the bot lane and still be a presence in top, still be a threat, even if at this stage is not a huge one.
A lot of ward clearing going down from Immunity, and this is kind of where they want to get picks. And T-Gun going to shine in this moment. Obviously, if he can hit those hooks, it's going to be somebody taking a lot of damage and potentially dying as well. So Claire as well, sitting pretty happily in that mid lane. Looks like they're going to be trying to force down that mid turret. Just warding going everywhere around the place.
We will see. See the pink ward's just standing. Oh,
there it is. Finally being taken out. That's lasted for about 10 minutes or so.
That's great.
So
worth.
Definitely worth 100 gold for that much vision for that long.
Yep. And
you can
it's
hide
like
those
that.
pick wards, it's
You
good.
don't as a jungler. You have to be watching other lanes, so you're not going to check every single bush, especially one like that. It's just so innocuous.
Yeah.
So well played. Dragon up in 2 minutes' time. Bit of time now for both teams to consolidate. Triforce being built on Uberbro, so he has that spike on Radiant for the time being at least. Still no Zhonya's Hourglass being built here by Claire. Phoenix Codex there in his inventory, so I have to see which way he wants to go in terms of his build. All over the map. No Rod of Ages. Crucially enough, in game 1, Swiper had his Rod of Ages at about 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah, well,
still yet to put
he's
that
getting
on
there. And he's still going to scale pretty well into this late game. Yeah, you feel if Haruka can get into the late game, though, he is going to have a good time as well. Zahe taking a lot of damage. Not sure what he jumped in there for.
I don't think he knew either, to be honest. But yeah, this Jace, such a huge pick. The Ghost being used here by Claire, going to lock the gold card in. Going to knock one in the Cocoon. Yes, the stun goes on towards Swiffer. Surely he'll be caught out by this one. Yes, the Spook's trying to get back, trying to do some damage in response. Rosie now going to throw the disengage up. Well timed. But Claire wants to come forward. The wild card to claim that kill. Raider, can he get the Light Slinger passive down? No, he cannot. He's low. Culling going to come out. Who's going to block for Claire? No one's going to block for Claire. He drops down. Now Swiper hits the fray. We can see T-Gun going very, very low on the periphery. Teleporting by Haruka. Still a little bit too late. Didn't get there in time to really turn that one around. But still, 2 for 1 for Immunity. They've got to be happy with that.
Well, they're going to have their mid getting pushed down pretty quickly here. And yeah, as you say, Haruka a little bit late on that teleport. Maybe there wasn't a particularly fantastic location to teleport to for him in that case. But you still got to get that teleport down somewhere, get your presence known. But in the end, 2 for 1, as you say, for Immunity. Dragon up in 30 seconds. That's going to be kind of a big deal. And you dare say Immunity going to have a lot of control down there. You can see the 3 wards down there for them and a couple of pink wards. Actually, 3 pink wards purchased for them on that recall. So they're going to be looking for a lot of dragon control in the coming minutes.
I feel like Haruka is half a step behind Swiper.
Yeah.
Every time. And we said in the first game, he's got to get into the fight in a meaningful manner. Like the way that the Swiper managed to get there. Well, now we have a fight in the mid lane, which he's missed. Sorry about that. Hook on towards Spookster. He's going to get caught. Claire super low on the back line. Wow, Swiper wants to try and go for that one. He picks up the double. He is low. No, that extra rocket won't be able to pick him up there. And Zahe going to have to back on away from that bush. T-Gun and Uberbro going to beat a hasty retreat as well. And that pin up the Dragon for Chiefs.
Yeah.
The game still in a balance now.
Immunity seems to have a good sort of game, and then they just throw it at the perfect time for Chiefs to pick up a free Dragon. I think it's happened every game so far. And, of course, they also put 2 kills over onto Swiver to get him back in the game. He was 0-2. Now he's got himself 2 kills, and he's, going to be a little bit scarier than he was before.
I'm going to stop banging the table. I think I actually turned it off direct to camera. That was why.
Yeah,
we were looking at the
smashing it pretty hard, but it's good. Get excited.
Yes. Okay, well, thanks for that.
I think I don't have to tell you twice, to be honest.
Don't tell me once, to be honest. But nonetheless, that Dragon actually put Chiefs back in the lead again. So, well, they were in the lead before it, should I say. But now a little bit more comfortably. So while Immunity are standing toe-to-toe to them in terms of fights, in terms of ganks, they're not really translating these into objective-based advantages.
No.
It's 1 tower apiece. Immunity got that. Chiefs got that last Dragon. In fact, I think they got the first one too.
Immunity's still ahead on gold. Chiefs, rather.
Yes, Chiefs are.
My mistake.
Yeah, and that's right, because it's Dragons, so they've gotten both of the last 2 Dragons, I think. So that's probably why that lead is there. And, there's, I guess the split push capacity isn't as strong right now for Immunity. Without the Z, I know TF can do it, but I don't really think that's why they want to be using Claire at the moment. So, yeah, still only 1 tower apiece, and you can see how it's a little bit different now. It's really, really back and forth, but on the same token, Chiefs now are being forced to respond to Immunity's brand of play, and you can see rotating towards the top. Well, this would be fairly typical experience here for Haruka. He's going to back straight away from that tower. He doesn't want none of that.
Yeah, there's 4 guys from Chiefs hanging around there. But that's actually not too bad. It allows Uberbro down there into the bot lane to get a bit of damage onto that turret, pick up a bit of free CS as well. So we can see Radia slowly running down, but not going to get down there before Uberbro does a bit of damage to that turret.
And Zahe providing a good buffer there as well. I don't think Uberbro did much work on that one, but still, push is pushing. Really can't be complaining about that one there. Zahe staying down in that jungle as well. Ward there by Rosie. You might want to jump on towards Radiant? No, perhaps not. The tower is still standing. And now 3 of the Chiefs near that mid lane as well, looking for either pushing up on towards that mid inner or maybe a pick on Claire at this stage. Haruka doing his thing in the top lane, just hanging tight.
Yeah, this game really going to open up as well when Claire hits that Zhonya's Hourglass. Zahe and Uberbro looking for a pick there on Radio, but they're not going to get it. Just dropping a pick ward down into that tri-bush. Trying to get a little bit more vision around the map. And look at all of this vision control around the red buff for the Chiefs in this side of the Immunity jungle. They're definitely going for this objective.
Okay, you can see again, as Uberbro happy to stay in towards the bot lane, and now Swiper taking his turn to shove top in. This is a real chance for the Chiefs to collapse here. Claire going quite low to that shock blast again. This is what happens if you give Swiffer too much room to move. He's going to make you pay for it now. Zahi being forced to back away. Control in the hands of the Chiefs right now. The question is, how do they want to exercise further control? Do they look towards that top inner? Maybe the mid one as well. They're running out of easy turrets to pick up, though. That's the thing. Chiefs now have to start committing to picking up these objectives, and that means situations that they may not exactly be able to predict.
Look at how much of a lead that Swiper has on Haruka. He's got a full Negatron's cloak, and actually now it's a Septus Cal and a Tear of the Goddess advantage on Haruka. Obviously, those aren't going to be necessarily the items that Haruka's going to be buying, but a lot of gold advantage for Swiper at the moment, and Haruka, as you can see, not being as effective as he probably would like in that top lane.
Okay, let's see now how we move from here. Bit of a more concentrated period here for players, just making sure they secure their objectives before they make any sort of push towards mid, and all it takes is shock blast from Swiffer and a follow-up there from the rest of the Chiefs here. They really want to try and find an opening here, but yeah, they're not the Chiefs are just not the kind of team. I mean, with the exception of maybe Spook's last game coming forward on that Fiddlesticks, they're not really the kind of team that's going to overextend for a fight.
Yeah.
It happens when they get frustrated. It happens when Spooks gets frustrated, and he wants to really try and make a fight happen. So right now, everyone just sort of chilling back here. Immunity looking towards that mid lane there, all here to speed up with a Blitzcrank. Will there be a pick here? Radier going to take out that pink before he makes his way down towards bot lane. Haruka there as well. He's got the teleport, though. We've actually seen Uberbro go towards the top side. Good rotation by Immunity here to pick out this mid out.
Fantastic.
They use, they knew that a Radier was sort of bot side here. Rosie's actually enough to defend it. Oh, no, there's a flash forward there. Claire's going to get chunked down fairly low, but good kick away there. Rosie going to cop the Sonic Wave, but no follow-up there at all. And a flash burn by Swiper there, maybe not necessary. He wanted to try and pick someone off there, so that didn't quite work out for him. He's not going to have that available to him for now.
Well, again, we can see Uberbro in a side lane pushing a turret and getting a whole bunch of CS. Obviously, Haruka there as well down in the bot lane has teleport if they do need it to defend this turret, and I think they probably do. T-Gun going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. T-Gun will go for a cheeky hook under a tower now. He's got a little bit of virtual health there from his mana barrier, but Zahi going to have to get out as well. It's one more Q. Oh, it's Shock Blast just missing its target. Claire and T-Gun limping away from that inhibitor turret now. It is time for Uberbro to come back in. Haruka was, well, there it is.
Yeah, but that's too late.
There it is. Yeah,
they've already lost 2 turrets.
But there it is. It's far too slow for our liking, I think, now. That's some pretty hectic camera work here. Hold on. Let me just... This is what happens when you let casters control the camera.
Yeah.
It's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea, guys. Don't do it. We can't even play the game, let alone control the camera. So.
Oh.
No.
I play the game.
I speak for you as well. Oh, please. Please. Immunity now. Again coming down the mid lane. So, yeah, they lost 2 turrets off that one play. And
yeah, that was not a good passage of play at all for Immunity.
Right, well, I don't know. Haruka wasn't there, but also, to be fair, Uberbro was a bit late getting there as well. They will pick up that turret in response, and they keep themselves within a 1-turret margin. Dragon is up in 10 seconds. They know this, they're aware of this, but it's always been Chiefs who managed to get there first and make the correct pick. Zahi's looking for something. Spook's not the target he wants. Uberbro down to half health. Oh, God, that is not what you want to do if you want to secure an objective. Now, Swiffer will happily come forward and start a fight in a second. Haruka at least is here. He's used his teleport at some stage, so he is present, but it's a recall by Uberbro, and Immunity are just going to give this over to Chiefs.
Again, another free Dragon going over to Chiefs, and really I thought Immunity would be the team that had the stronger Dragon control after having looked at their round of 8 game between these two, and certainly not the case in this respect. Chiefs pretty much stomping all over the Dragon at the moment, and looks like they're going to be looking to push down this top or bot lane. I always get those mixed up.
As well, it depends. For some teams, it is the top lane, I guess, if you want to kind of flip the map over. But we go into congregation here of Chiefs towards the bot side. Zahe a little bit slow on the uptake here. Still we get the join Immunity. And Shock Blast again. Oh, Swiffer getting knocked up under the tower. That's what they would have liked there. And it was the Blitzcrank to go down first. It did manage to pick up Swiffer there eventually as well. Zahe straight into the mix there as well. Rosie having to back away. But it's going to be a caught out Rosie there. And now, of course, Dead Elise as well, dropping straight down into the mix. That's a triple kill, by the way. Oh, he wants to go forward, but Swiper turns on him very, very well. Radier is very, very low on the periphery here. Unable to contribute to this fight here. Swiper is going to go down in the process now. Hello, 4 for 2. Pretty darn good result for Immunity here. Losing Claire, maybe extending a little bit too far. I don't know why he went for... Maybe Radier went over the wall. Surely Claire was going for him. I can't see him trying to pick a fight for Swiper there. So
no.
Risky business here.
Well, he has got the Zhonya's now on Claire. So he can go for those more aggressive destinies should he desire that. So could be potentially the way that Immunity are looking to engage now, even if they do not hit a hook from T-Gun.
All right, now, Chiefs coming back to try and defend this one. Getting it quite low, did Uberbro, but he will have to walk away from a Valkyrie in his wake. Swift and Rosie trying to chase onto something. I mean, the entirety of Chiefs are chasing down the bot lane. And Immunity just,
you can't run from Janna.
No, Zephyr's going to slow you right on up. It's going to be a knock up as well. Will Haruka's no? I don't think Uberbro, you want to turn around. You want to get out of dodge immediately. Haruka just trying to hold them up there. And, you know, for their trouble, Chiefs do get the pick off there. But how do they transition this into a meaningful objective? They go for this tower again, surely. They knew they wanted to go straight back towards bot lane. They wanted to get the pick. And Janna, as you said, you don't run away from it.
Yeah, there's no way really that Claire can get down here in time. He doesn't have the ulti. Looks like this should be a pretty free tower for Chiefs at the moment. Zahe hanging around Baron as well. Probably, no, actually not going to go take away that blue buff from Chiefs. And Chiefs now turning this pick into kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, the positioning from Immunity has not been good here. Haruka being their biggest target was not there as well. Claire eats a shock blast off screen, and now we see Cocoon going on towards T-Gun as well. The culling coming through. Oh, God, Chiefs turn one. That pick seems so insignificant. It seems so, it was like, okay, so we picked up a champion, but they chased all the way down the lane and picked up 2 towers for one easy pick. Immunity have got to be kicking themselves after making that error. But good smite steal, though, from Zahe.
And slowly but surely, Chiefs gaining control of this game. It was kind of the same situation between AV and Envy. The slow, more casual game between AV and Envy. AV getting those objectives when they needed it. And now the same thing is happening for Chiefs. And Immunity really need to kind of find something to lift off because they're not doing a whole lot. Just getting picked occasionally and not getting the objectives that they need to turn this game around.
25 minutes, 45 seconds. Seems like if Immunity can last, you know, the first 30 minutes of the game, they seem to just be able to bring it out.
Yeah.
Maybe Chiefs are used to dispatching their opponents in short shrift and a shorter amount of time than that. Or maybe Immunity have just got the late game vibe going on right now. I mean, Blitzcrank is pretty darn good late game. It's pretty amazing. But it seems like the last 10 minutes, T-Gun has been reactive with his Blitzcrank hooks. He has sort of responded to an overextension instead of trying to make a play, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. But I don't know if Immunity are going to be able to start fights like that. That's the only thing. And eventually they're going to have to. When they get an advantage, if and when, then they'll need to start them.
To be honest, I don't think this Blitzcrank pick is...
as you say,
I was going to say, as soon as I say this, he's going to bring out a pull. And,
that's the classic spot as well to grab one.
I was watching it. I'm like, they're going to pull him here. But
very smart. And onto the perfect target. There's probably no one better now. Swift a really good anti-siege here. That Radier has got plenty of that as well in the culling. T-Gun blocking a little bit of that. Don't know if that was intentional or not. And Immunity don't have to back away. Despite getting the pick, they've still got a good 20 seconds of freedom here. And you can see that Zahe's quite happy to jump over the wall. And Haruka going to do some slip pushing as well. His teleport is available. He is in a position to get up there if he does have to. And Swipe is going to go and try and deal with him. Pink ward in the bush. Please see that one. No?
Yep.
Okay.
Claire's got it.
Claire
tried to recall.
That's fine. We'll pick that one up here. So a bit unfortunate. The culling is an amazing tool like that, really able to stave off that sort of that push on towards the tower. Claire, is he recalling in every pink water bush on the map? He's not aware of it. Okay, no worries.
Everyone misses something. There's another one over there, buddy.
It's just like locking Teemo and Champion Select, really. It's just a
Claire thing.
I think he's turned this now into housekeeping. I think he's making a joke out of it, but maybe he's third ward.
That's what the third ward, yeah.
He doesn't have to go back anyway. He's healthy enough. Got plenty of money.
See how much gold he's got. Picked up 12,000 gold. 1,200 gold off those wards.
Too excited, mate.
Yeah, well, 12,000 gold would be nice for him, but not the case.
Okay, nonetheless, more housekeeping to ensue. Immunity with their sights set towards Baron, or at least this part of the map, and probably want to put a strong fight down on the books before they even think about that one there. And Swiffer is back. And just like his namesake, he's looking to clean up Immunity if he can. See, most of Immunity here are positionally. Haruka opted not to do any split pushing at this stage, and you can see there Cocoon going over towards Haruka. He's going to be able to shrug that one off, and T-Gun going to back on away. Dragon in 20 seconds, shock blast hitting all and sundry at the moment. Zahe unable to really shrug that one
Dragon
off.
is in 15 seconds. Immunity were trying to get control there, but Chiefs just respond with the push down mid.
Yep, I don't know if that'll be really enough for them now. Spooks is going to get caught up here. First of all, he's going to get knocked straight on up. Zahe going fairly low. There comes Swiffer, though. He's hit, and Zahe will drop down. It was a pick on Rady, though. Rady died in the periphery. Claire, great assassination there. Rosie now going to go low. We see the jump in from Uberbro. No, Rosie's still alive. Spooks barely still alive. Wildcard whistling, passing no one in particular. Swiper still healthy, and he be swiping, ladies and gentlemen. Uberbro trying to get out there. Haruka caught up with it. Can Claire deal with Swiper? Who can deal with Swiper right right now. I don't know if Claire is the man for it. He's going to have to back away as well. Thinks about the yellow card here. Standing on a ward he is. And he's going to be very, very careful here. 3 from Chiefs are chasing him down. I don't really think he can 1v3 this one. Even Bro got away. Claire might not be so lucky.
He does have Zhonya's available if he does go for this. I mean, it would be quite a silly move, but he can maybe pick up 1 kill here.
Very risky, I don't know. Throwing the wild cards out. Chiefs giving a lot of respect. They're actually not putting the dragon out of the pit,
coming in behind.
Uber Bro too low to really do anything. I guess if they get... Oh! That'll do. Good little pick there on towards Rosie, but now Claire going to get chased down. The Zhonya swag is good. That's a nice post he's pulled there, but it won't quite be
He gets
enough.
the kill on Jace, though.
Yeah, with the wild card whistling through as well.
Crazy.
Jeez. Okay, well, Dragon's still with the Chiefs, but... I mean, Chiefs don't really have a moment to draw breath here because Zahe is full health and he's back. We can see Tigan still fairly healthy. Uber healthy enough for him to push onto this one. Chiefs have to hang around here and try and defend these objectives. Radio is healthy enough. Haruka's got to defend top. So in Immunity, they find when they develop a small advantage, still not really in position to make too much of it. At this stage, again, the same situation. And they lost that Dragon as well. So gold is still in favour of Chiefs.
Uber doing pretty nicely for himself. He's been quite, I guess... pretty quiet, but still doing pretty well. He's got 3 kills and 11 assists. Pretty happy with the way he's going. Obviously, things going to slow down for a little bit now that those objectives have been taken. The Dragon gone away. Baron probably not on the cards at the moment for either of these guys. There is the open inhibitor in the mid lane for Chiefs to kind of look at, but whether or not they want to kind of start a fight up against a Twisted Fate, which has 9 kills, is another question.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of people are discussing on stream. The same thing we're probably thinking is that this game looks like it's going to be going late.
Yeah, again, and it's kind of the history between these two teams. As we spoke about last game, they always tend to take these games to pretty long 40-minute, 50-minute drawn-out games. All
right, now vision being provided care of Destiny here. There's really no way for Claire to get in and do his assassination. It's really a matter of Immunity just trying to catch up here. Chiefs pushing straight down the middle. They have an inhibitor for their troubles, but do they want to be blocked inside the base here? T-Gun going to take a lot of damage from the Cunning here. Chiefs quite happy to play a fighting retreat. Guerrilla warfare, if you might say. Here we go. The jump is on. Swipe is still very, very healthy. Nice work with the Monsoon there to knock everyone away. Claire having to use his on his hourglass there. Haruka going very, very low as well. Oh, Immunity are falling apart at the moment. Zahe trying to back away. It's a double kill there for Spooks. And they're chasing on. They'll have this inhibitor. Very, very comfortable for them. So confident. Pushing down the mid lane, knowing
Could this be the end of the game?
This is the end of the game. They have
That's crazy.
Just from pushing straight down the middle.
Absolutely amazing play from the Chiefs there.
It was enough of a lead, though, that they knew they could fight. It was risky. It was definitely risky. But there it is, game 3. Over to the Chiefs. They really turned it on in the last few seconds there.
Yeah.
And let's just walk back through that process a little bit here, okay? We thought the game was going to go to a bit of a lull. We thought, okay, Dragon's down, nothing's happening. And then, we sort of saw Immunity check Baron, move out towards it. Straight away, Chiefs responded by pushing from
Chiefs
Dragon.
Chiefs were pretty keen to get that mid lane. They went
there
straight
past the Wolf camp, up mid lane.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Immunity were like, oh my gosh.
What do we do?
We could lose the game here.
Yeah.
It's funny.
They kind of split up as well, and that really worked in the favour of Chiefs.
Chiefs put themselves in a very dangerous position, though. Between a rock and a hard place,
yeah.
There was the base on one side and Immunity on the other. So you have to have extreme confidence that you can actually win in a straight 5v5. The culling was a great way to open that one up as well. A lot of poke damage. Shot blast being hit by Swiffer. Really, really crucial just to chunk down, Immunity into manageable pieces, I guess. And from there on in, there was also a very good Monsoon as well coming out from Rosie. Gave so much freedom to Radio. Continued doing what he does best. And that is rolling some face. So, Chiefs again make it probably like their 50 billionth consecutive grand final.
Yep.
And that'll be definitely one we will be looking towards.
They'll be up against AV. And I believe that's coming up next because Chiefs have to get on a plane to go to Melbourne. So we're going to be looking at the grand final after this and then the third place round after that.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us so far. Don't go anywhere. Our blockbuster finals coming up soon. We're going to have an interview as well post-match with some of the Chief guys, of course, with our good friend Sandman as well. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back right after this.